Say hello to the ASUS ROG Ally X, the latest and greatest in the world of handheld gaming PCs, which if you followed my channel for any amount of time, you know I'm a fan of. Here it is, or rather, turn it up this way. So they made some changes. They bumped up the memory. They got it cooler, bigger heat piping, double the storage. They're up to, got a terabyte now. And you've also got double the battery from 40 watt hours to 80 watt hours. And they've got other things like they've got upgraded joysticks, upgraded buttons. The joysticks are rated for 5 million revolutions instead of 2.5. They slimmed down on the macro buttons on the back, and they've just made so many changes to this, help squeak out a little bit of extra performance. From what I'm reading, or it's rated about 10-15% around the 1080p mark. Of course, you turn down to 720, and there are some other changes as well that I want to talk about in this video. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, I want to go down the entire list of things that have been upgraded on this handheld device, which is absolutely insane. There's a whole long list, and I'll read it off. You can look at other stuff while I read it off. But so we've got more ergonomic chassis, larger grip handles, double the battery, 80 watt hours instead of 40, hardly any increase in the weight, like 10-15 grams, I believe. 50% more LDDR storage memory, 24 gigabytes now, 24 gigs of RAM. That's fantastic. And you also get 17% faster DDR. So it went from 6400 to DDR 7500. So you got a faster, more responsive RAM, up to 15% higher performance based purely on faster memory. And that's rated off of 4s at 720p. You got 20 to 30% higher TDP and silent and performance tasks, game modes. For additional performance boost, they bumped up the baseline from 10 watts to 13 watts. And the other one they bumped up from 15 to 17 watts. So your standard profiles are going to have a higher rating, but still get better battery life than before, which is nice. And you got a thicker heat pipe. You can game longer at 25 watts for longer than you could on 15 watts on the original ROG Ally. So you get the higher level of gaming performance. You can play that longer than you could on the lower level of gaming performance on the previous one. That's a very welcome change because I used to burn through the battery quite a bit on my ROG Ally. So that's nice. Improved fans. So the fans actually have more blades on them now. So they bumped up, they made them slimmer, lighter, more blades, more airflow. It lowers the overall heat, makes less noise. Those are important things that you want to take into consideration when you're doing a handheld mobile gaming. The less heat you get, the less noise you get, the better life is, right? So that's nice. So it's 5 decibels quieter in turbo and performance modes, additional airflow, larger air intake vents, and you've got up to 6 Celsius lower panel temperatures and up to 8 Celsius lower SoC temperatures. Full-size Gen 4 2280 SSD slot. You can actually change out your internal storage in here if you want. That's something that's an option. You can even change out the joysticks if you want. Well beyond my imagination, but it's something you can do. You have a second USB-C port. So on the top, you got the power button. We got the headphone jack. We got the SD card slot. We've got the ventilations for the heating. And we've also got volume rocker, of course, LED indicator, 2 different USB-C ports. So you got USB-C 3 or USB 3, which is what we had before. You've got USB 4. USB 4, you can do external Thunderbolt GPU. So if you want to use an eGPU with this, basically treat this as a desktop computer or mobile computer, you can do that. And also it supports up to 100 watts of charging now. Now we've got the charger, which here comes with a 65 watt charger in the box. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't go all the way to the 100 watts, so you have to get a 100 watt one if you want to do that. Also, food for thought, 25 watts is the highest TDP power output mode you can get on here while it's not connected to a 65 watt compatible charger or higher. So if you want to get the full 30 watt TDP, has to be plugged in. And that's just so you can have a good experience, doesn't drain the battery too fast, doesn't generate too much heat, and you can play for extended periods of time when it comes to gameplay. So that's something you need to be aware of. Don't be like, oh, I'm playing on it, and you told me it does 30 watts. It does, but you have to be plugged in. So there's that. Then also, we have improved ABXY buttons. So the buttons are improved. They've changed the ergonomics a little bit. The D-pad now has 8 positions on it. So you get 8 positions on the D-pad, well-defined instead of 4. That's good. That'll be better for older games, retro games, fighters, and things like that. And then you've got improved joysticks. Like I said, up to 5 million circulate revolutions now, whatever they call it. And you've got improved Hall effect triggers, improved bumper and shoulder buttons, improved macro paddles, improved haptics, and lower minimum nits brightness. So you get 500 watts. Sorry, you've got 500 nits brightness on the screen. The screen's nice and bright. You still got the fingerprint scanner up top. that's nice. But if you're playing games at night, the screen can be really bright. So now you can turn it down even lower, make it more dim, so you can still get quality lighting experience in low light, but you're not burning your retinas at 2 o'clock in the morning if you're a late night gamer. So there's that as well. Louder speakers, you got Dolby Atmos, so you got better speaker experience. And that was a problem I had with the original ROG Ally. The speakers were cool, they just weren't very loud. So these are louder, it's noticeable. That's nice as well. And then you got a lot of quality of life improvements with the new version of the Armory Crate, which you can go in there and you can adjust the stuff, different profiles. You can go and customize, set up your macros. You can fine tune your triggers, fine tune your joysticks. You can basically customize and fine tune the entire experience on the ROG Ally. So there's that. The problem I have, and this is what I want to talk about, and it's not really a problem per se. If you've already got an ROG Ally, it's going to be a hard sell to upgrade to this. I mean, if you just play all the time and you really need the extra battery life and you really want these quality of life improvements, that's fine. But you already paid like $600 for your ROG Ally. This is $799. We're talking 10-15% boost in performance across most things. And then on top of that, you get the extra battery life and the nice stuff. So if you play all the time and you got money floating around, maybe that's a good deal for you. But most people are probably gonna be pretty content playing on your regular ROG Ally. I know I use mine when I was using it and playing it all the time. I played it plugged in all the time. And I got flack for this before, like, oh, the battery life's not that great. Well, no, it's not. But very seldom am I playing on the battery. I'm playing usually plugged in, and I have the max TDP and like all that stuff turned up. So yeah, it's one of those things where in most cases, you're probably near an outlet and you're probably taking advantage of that. So if you do that, you probably don't need to buy this. But if you travel a lot, if you do a lot of portable gameplay, you don't like having cables connected, and I'm so glad they have two now. So now you can have something connected, you can have it connected to a monitor, you can have the power source plugged in at the same time. It's so nice having two different power connectors on here. So if you don't own one of these already, it's a great venture. It's a great opportunity because you can get the best version of this handheld console right off the bat and don't have to worry about it. And I think it's very competitive with, like, let's say the Lenovo Legion Go. And I would get this over the MSI Claw. Or I would even get this over a Steam Deck. I have the original Steam Deck, and I just don't feel compelled to get the Steam Deck OLED. I just didn't think it was that much of an improvement. Yes, the screen looks nice, but the screen looks fantastic on the ROG Ally. I've enjoyed the ROG Ally. It was the second handheld computer I got. It's the first Windows one I got. I loved it. I fell in love with it, and that's what inspired me to start making more content on handheld gaming PCs. So yeah, if you like the Steam Deck, if you got one already, that's fine, but a lot of the stuff that's on here I find way better, especially better than the regular Steam Deck. And then I think this even rivals the Steam Deck OLED. Now the Steam Deck OLED, again, a couple little improvements. This has a lot of improvements. So I think this is a better upgrade for the original 8 ROG Ally than I think the Steam Deck OLED is for the Steam Deck. But again, Steam Deck's limited. It's also Linux based, it doesn't have Windows. You're gonna run into compatibility issues in certain times. And that's where this one shines. The ROG Ally, Lenovo Legion Go, all these Windows-based handheld gaming PCs don't have those issues, and you can basically install whatever you want on it, which is the ideal thing for handheld gaming, especially when it comes to handheld gaming PC. You want to have as much fluidity as possible. You want to have as much compatibility as possible. You don't want to be bottlenecked, and you don't want to be locked into something that's isolated, a more closed-off platform. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. It'd be a difficult decision to buy over an existing ROG Ally if you have one, but if you don't have one, this is the one to buy. And I think it's very, 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 very good. So that's all I've got. And of course, thanks to ASUS for sending this out to me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found this helpful and informative and got to hear about all the great things that it does. I like it. I love handheld gaming. I love portable gaming. If you're like me, then this is cool. Also, it's black tone instead of white. So it's clearly differentiated from the ROG Ally. But if you want to save some money, the ROG Ally original and then also the lower spec version, they've been on sale quite a bit. So you might could save some change there as well. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, if you found this helpful, if you like this stuff, hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.